Friday night took care of my weekday blues. I woke up, had breakfast, and read the news. I'm feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. But I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to do.
Hey, Toby, the show's about to start.
Oh, yeah. It's a Saturday show. 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 It's a Saturday show.
Hey, you two, what you got going on? Oh, hey, Toby. DJ Mars was helping me with my new music video. I went ahead and picked a theme for this week. I hope that's okay.
Well, that's less work for me, bud. So what'd you pick?
I think if you watch the video, you'll figure it out.
When I see a cool book, you know I gotta have it. Describe me as a reader, you could use the word avid. I've gone from the moon to Lafayette Square, cause a book can take you anywhere. Now some people say, Otto, that seems hard. But it's not when you've got a library card. You just fill out the app, sign your name on the back, take a trip through the stacks and take home a big sack. Then I make some tea and find my favorite chair.
Otto, that looks cool. I think that we should go there.
That's exactly the point I'm trying to make, mon frere, is that a book can take you anywhere. Yeah, a book can take you anywhere. Yeah, a book can take you anywhere. Yeah, a book can take you anywhere.
Great job, dude. That was so creative. So the theme you picked for this week was books?
You betcha, all things books.
Well, you're in luck, my friend. If there's one thing that me and my friends from the library know is all things books. Are you ready to get started?
Sure am.
Okay, let's see what Kashi and Christopher have for our word of the day this week. Kashi and Christopher?
Thanks, Toby. Hey, Kashi, how you doing?
Hi, Christopher. I'm great.
You know, this week we're talking a lot about books and stories and reading.
Oh, I love books. I love reading. I love illustrations.
So do I. Hey, speaking of books and stories, are you ready for our word of the day?
Oh, yes, of course.
All right, here it comes. Whoa!
That's a long word.
Yeah. What does it say, Kashi?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I kind of know a little bit of German. It sort of looks like German. Wimmelbuch? Something like that.
That's pretty close. Wimmelbuch.
Oh.
Yeah, do you know why it's in German and not in English?
I do not.
We don't have a good way to say this in English.
Oh.
It's a book with lots and lots of little pictures and typically doesn't have any words on the page. Here's one that I bought in Amsterdam, and every page has lots of little scenes and they change. The scene changes with every page.
I like it.
And you know some of the most famous Wimmelbuch? It's the Waldo books.
Oh, yeah. I
Right.
love Where's Waldo.
And last, the library has another really good one called In the Town All Year Round. I love it.
Oh, great. I'll have to look for that.
So are you ready for our summer game code?
I am.
Okay, here it is. And you can go to play.aadl.org to put the code in. Here are your clues.
Okay.
Number one.
Number one.
It's a kind of story that has a lot of animals, and they usually are teaching you a lesson.
Oh, interesting.
Number two.
Number two.
Aesop was an ancient Greek storyteller, and he's credited with the most famous of this kind of story.
Wow.
Do you think you might know it?
I think but I'm not going to tell anybody because I know we're supposed to be looking it up or figuring it out.
That's right, Kashi.
Good luck, everybody.
Until next time.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, Otto, well, I think we've got everything ready to go. I want you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy all the cool stuff that my friends from the library have prepared for you and for everybody at home. Are you ready?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Hi everybody, I'm Laura and I love stories that play with words, language. And I want to start by telling you something called a spoonerism, a funny story where you twist the first letter of words. It's called Prinderella and the Cince, and you may have guessed what this story really is. Once upon a wine, there was a gritty little pearl named Prinderella. She had 2 sisty ugglers and a micked webstuther. They made her wean all the clindos, flub all the sklors, and do all the wordy-dirk. One day, the Ping issued a proclamation. All geligible earls, drancy fast ball. Now, Prinderella's 2 sisty ugglers had very drancy fesses, but all Prinderella had was a wordy dag. She cat down and scried, but in the eyeling of a twink, along came her merry fodguther. No drancy fest, cried Prinderella. So in the eyeling of a twink, her merry fodguther changed the wordy dag into a drancy fess, and a cumpkin into a parage. Oh, Prinderella and the handsome Cince danced all night long, but at the moke of stridnight, she went running down the Stalus Paps and slapped her tripper. What a shirty dame. The next day, the Ping issued a new proclamation. All geligible earls, sly on the tripper. Prinderella's 2 sisty ugglers slide on the tripper, and it fidn't it. But when Prinderella slide on the tripper, it fid it perfectly. Prinderella and the Cince were married, and you know how they lived, happily afty everward. I told you it was silly.
Oh, hi. Is it time to make the video? Great. Wait, I need something to mark my place though so I don't forget where I left off. It's such a good book. I know. Let's make a bookmark. Yeah, come on, let's go. Hi everybody, welcome back. Are you ready to make a bookmark? Now you can make just about anything into a bookmark. You can pick up any old scrap or post-it or receipt lying around your house or in your pocket, but it's more fun when you have a really fun bookmark. That way when you open up your book and you find your place, you can think, oh, look at that great bookmark I made. Let's make a bookmark. So what I have today, I have different kinds of papers in different colors. I've got a bunch of markers, I've got scissors, and I found my hole puncher, and I found some string, and I thought I would make a bookmark with a little string coming out of the top. Because then when you put your bookmark in your book, you can see the little string popping out the top, which I like. All right, so I already cut my rectangle. I cut it into a rectangle, and I punched a hole in the top, and I strung my string through. And then I used my markers to decorate. And look at the bookmark I just made. Little hearts and little stripes, just really simple. The word read is on the back. And then I can put it in my book, and it'll mark my place. And then when I open up to read it again, I can say, oh, that's a cute bookmark. I also made one that looks like a little animal. I cut the top of it into a shape of a little animal, a little kitty cat. And then what I can do is I can put it in my book. And there we go. I can leave the little head peeking out. And that way the kitty cat or the animal is always there to greet me. And there we go. We made a bookmark for our book, and we won't lose our place. Thanks for watching.
Hello, welcome to What Is It?
This is for our reading program. This item, steel, got a handle that causes these two sections to come together. Inside here, there are two rubber plates, and there's writing on one of these. What is it?
Are you enjoying yourself so far, Otto?
Well, that's a good question, Toby. I lily love everything you've shown me so far.
Well, then you're really going to like this one. We're going to try something new this week. My friend Lucy is going to start telling a story in cereal.
Like with cocoa rice and bran flakes? I don't know about that, Toby.
No, bud, it means that she's going to tell a story in parts. She's going to start with part 1 today, and then you can tune back in next week and see the next part. How's that sound? Yeah, I'll just let her explain it to you. Lucy?
Hi, my name is Lucy, and today I'm here to start a chapter book with you. This is going to be really exciting. We're not going to be able to read this whole book today, so we'll just get started with a few chapters, and then you'll have to tune in again to see where the story takes us. The book that we are going to read is by Kate DeCamillo, and it's about this pig right here, Mercy Watson. The book is called Mercy Watson Fights Crime. We'll get started with chapter 1. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson have a pig named Mercy. See Mercy? Each night they sing the pig to sleep. Then they go to bed. Good night, my dear, says Mr. Watson. Good night, my darling, says Mr. Watson. Quack, says Mercy. But there was one night when they did not. Chapter 2. Leroy Ninker was a small man. He was a small man with a big dream. Leroy Ninker wanted to be a cowboy, but in the meantime, he was a thief. He was a thief in the kitchen at 54 Decawoo Drive. That's where Mercy lives. Leroy Ninker was robbing the Watsons. Yippee-yi-yo, sang Leroy. Everything must go. He grabbed hold of the toaster. He pulled it across the counter toward him. Scream! Went the toaster. Shh, said Leroy. He tossed the toaster into his bag. Clang! Went the toaster. Shh, said Leroy again. Chapter 3. Scream! Mercy woke up. Scree was the sound the toaster made when it was being pulled across the kitchen counter. Mercy Watson loved toast. She particularly loved toast with a great deal of butter on it. Mercy got out of bed. She pricked up her ears. She listened. Mercy heard Mr. Watson snoring. She heard Mrs. Watson snoring. Who was downstairs making toast? Mercy went to the top of the stairs. She looked down into the darkness. Clang! Went the toaster. Clang was the sound the toaster made when Mrs. Watson turned it on. Upside down to clean out all the crumbs, somebody was making toast. Mercy went down the dark, dark stairs. She headed for the kitchen. And that is the end of chapter 3. So you'll have to come back next time to pick up with chapter 4 and see what happens when Mercy Watson makes it down to the kitchen. Thanks!
Hi there. I'm going to tell you about a book that I love. Maybe you'll love it too. I'm Mariah, and this is Gaston. Think about your family for a second. I bet that you love them, and I bet that they love you a lot too. When I think about my family, I know that I love them, but sometimes I feel a little bit different. But that's okay. You can feel or look or be different and still totally belong. This book starts off with the story of 4 puppies. Fifi, Fufu, Ooh La La, and Gaston himself. But one of these puppies is not quite like the others. On a visit to the park, Gaston and his family meet another family of pooches where one pup is not quite like the rest. They decide to try a swap to see if Gaston will belong with the other family and if Antoinette will belong with Gaston's family. Only to find out that what looks right doesn't always feel right. Delightful illustrations by Christian Robinson will make you smile, as the story by Kelly DiPuccio explores themes of nature, nurture, and the great parts of being both tough and tender. Kelly DiPuccio lives right here in Michigan, in Detroit, and her other books include the New York Times bestselling Grace for President. Christian Robinson has illustrated many other marvelous books, including Last Stop on Market Street and his brand new book, You Matter. He also has a wonderful Instagram account, and during the last several months has been leading great kids' activities, guiding them in making art and exploring feelings. You can find him on Instagram at The Art of Fun. Ultimately, Gaston is a story about love, acceptance, and belonging. But I'll leave it to you to discover just what happens when these proper pooches and feisty French bulldogs figure it all out. This book is a great read aloud for preschoolers through 3rd graders, but its messages are enjoyable for everyone.
I was just about to read a book. Would you like to see it? Here, I'll show you.
So this is the cover of our book. It's called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and I bet some of you already know this story. You may have seen the movie before. The book is a little different than the movie, but not too much. And we see all of our favorite characters on the front. Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and Little Toto. We also see on the front cover that this book is by L. Frank Baum, but the artwork is by Robert Sabuda, and he is my favorite pop-up book artist. So let's take a look inside. Aha! So the very first thing we see is the huge tornado that Dorothy encounters right at the beginning of the book. There are all kinds of really great details down here of things that are moving and swirling with the tornado. And then we also see Dorothy's house, which is about to be picked up and moved by the tornado. These pop-up books also have side panels, so let's take a look at the side panel. Here we see Dorothy and her parents, her uncle and aunt, and then we also see her and Toto falling out of bed with the tornado in their window in the background. So, like I said, Dorothy's house is going to be picked up and dropped into Oz. So this is the house once it's fallen to Oz. The trees look very colorful. There's all kinds of little flowers on the ground. And inside we can see Dorothy and Toto coming out of their house. In the forefront we see Glinda, the Good Witch, some munchkins. And if we look closely, we can see the feet of one of the Wicked Witches. In the book, she has silver shoes, not ruby slippers, but silver slippers. Let's take a look at the side panel, showing the house on top of the tornado. Then it shows us, introduces us to Glinda, the Good Witch. And we also see a close-up of those silver slippers. And these are very shiny, almost holographic. On this side panel, we see the yellow brick road. And inside we meet the Scarecrow. And I love Toto's face here. I think it's really funny. Let's see what's on the next page. Ooh, the poppies. And if you look closely, the poppies will bloom as we open the page. Very cool. So here we see Dorothy, Scarecrow, and Toto walking through the woods. And they meet the Tin Man. And they also meet the Cowardly Lion, who appears to be crying. And then if we open this last page here, we see all of our friends trying not to fall asleep inside the field of poppies. The next page is really cool. This shows us the Emerald City. It's a really tall cityscape. And you'll notice everything inside is green. Holographic green. It says Oz right on the front. The yellow brick road took them right here. And the really cool thing is this book comes with spectacles. Spectacles for us. You can actually take these out and put them on yourself. So let's put these over the camera lens. And then everything turns green. You'll also notice there's now a hidden message in the grass that you can't see without the spectacles. But once you put them on, it says, "Beware Oz." So let's take these off for a minute. And then we can also see inside is Oz, the Great and Powerful. On the next page, we have the Wicked Witch of the West. Her tower kind of pops out there. We see her inside with her winged monkeys, her flying monkeys. They're posted all over the castle. We see her face here. But inside we see Dorothy throwing water on her, and she disappears. So now that the Wicked Witch is gone, we have the balloon that is supposed to take Dorothy back home. If we look really closely, we can actually see Dorothy and her friends, and the Wizard of Oz is inside the balloon. On the panel on the left, if we open this up, we see that Toto has discovered that the great and powerful Oz is actually just a man. And then we see him here in his balloon basket flying away. So then, on the next page, we see Glinda the Good Witch and all of our friends saying goodbye to Dorothy. In this little panel, she clicks her heels together 3 times and is transported home to Auntie M. And that has been The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum with beautiful artwork by Robert Sabuda.
Otto, I know you're new in town, but yesterday was a very, very special day.
Yeah?
Yep. Yesterday morning at 9:59 a.m. was the official start of the 2020 summer game.
Well, I know both of those words, summer and game, but I'm not sure what they mean together.
Well, luckily, I've got someone here that can tell you more. Take a look.
The birds are singing. The sun is shining. What is better than the beginning of summer? Wait. Ooh. The beginning of summer? That can only mean one thing. The summer game has begun. Oh, I can't wait to go to play.aadl.org to get started playing the summer game. Oh, I am going to get so many codes, which will redeem into points, which then I will get prizes from. Oh, I can't wait to collect codes from the catalog on aadl.org or through the city parks or just exploring the city of Ann Arbor. Oh, I love the summer game and I can't wait to start playing. Oh, you should start playing too. Go ahead to play.aadl.org and get started playing the summer game. Oh, I don't even know why I'm still talking to you. I have to go get playing. Oh.
This is an embosser. On here, on one of the rubber plates, are my initials. And so I'm going to use this to mark my books with my name. So I choose my page, line it up, give it a squeeze, and there are my initials. So it's an elegant way to mark your books.
Hi again, this is Laura, and I've got another silly wordplay story for you. If you pay close attention to these ridiculous names in the story, you will get the end, the punchline. This is a story, old story from England called Master of All Masters. Once, long ago, there was a poor girl who went to the county fair to hire herself out as a servant. And a little man approached her and said, "You can work for me. I will pay you to do the chores, but I should warn you, I have my own names for just about everything." The girl followed him home and he said, "What will you call me?" "Master or Mister, or whatever you please, sir." "No, you must call me Master of All Masters." "And what will you call these?" he said, pointing to his pants. "Trousers or pants, or whatever you please, sir." "No, these are called my squibs and crackers." "And what will you call that?" he said, pointing to his bed. "Bed or couch, or whatever you please, sir." "Oh no, that is called my barnacle." "And what will you call that?" he said, walking out into the living room where his cat was curled up on the couch. "Cat or kitten, or whatever you please, sir." "Oh no, that's called white-faced simony." "And what will you call that?" he said, pointing to the fire in the fireplace. "Fire or flame, or whatever you please, sir." "Oh no, that is hot cucalorum." "And what will you call this?" he said, pointing to the water in the well outside of the house. "Water or wet, or whatever you please, sir. Pondalorum is what I call it here. And what will you call all this, he said, pointing proudly to his house. House or cottage, or whatever you please, sir. Oh no, this is High Topper Mountain. That poor girl. As she fell asleep that night, she tried to remember all of the silly names for things. And then, in the middle of the night, she woke up suddenly. She ran out into the hall. She ran down to her master's bedroom, and this is what she said. Master of all masters, get up out of your barnacle and put on your squibs and crackers, because white-faced Simony has a spark of hot cucalorum on her tail. And unless you get some pondalorum, all High Topper Mountain will be hot cucalorum. Let's see. Do you know what really happened? If you listened carefully, you do. The end.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in, and remember,
A book can take you anywhere. Bye!